And we're back. It is so good to be here. I mentioned in my last video that the next roundup won't be out till next week, but I told you that there might be a bonus video this week, and this is it. It's just gonna be a kind of relaxing, talking, chatty video. I'm gonna kind of let you know what's been going on, what will be going on in the next couple months on the channel, some crochet gifts and things that I have received over the past couple of weeks, and yarn. There's a lot of yarn. We're going to talk about yarn, and we're going to start with the yarn. First of all, I'm Karen. This is Yarn and Whimsy. Thank you guys for hanging out with me, even though it's not a roundup. Sit back, relax. Let's dig in. I have got stuff to share. First things first, I have this giant package sitting right in front of me. This is I think 15 pounds of Alize Veluto yarn. It is packed so dense. It is like a cement brick of yarn. And I thought it'd be fun to open it on camera. You guys know Heather at Cottontail Crafts. Oh gosh, here it is. She opened one of these on camera once, and it was fun. And so I'm like, you know what? I'm going to save this till I can record it, and I'm going to open it with all of you, because this yarn is packed in here so tight. Did I mention how much yarn this is? I think this is 63 skeins of Alize Veluto yarn. And you say, Karen, you must really like Alize Veluto yarn, right? I don't know. I've never tried it, but here I am. Here's the thing about Alize Veluto yarn. It is not terribly expensive. It comes from Turkey. It's still not terribly expensive, even considering it comes from Turkey. But the skeins are kind of small. They don't have a ton of yardage in them. So I feel like I need at least 2 skeins of everything in order to be able to comfortably do projects. So all the colors I got at least 2 skeins of, I think. And some of them 3 skeins. I think maybe even a couple 4 skeins. I don't know, we'll see. I don't have to go through all the colors, but holy cow, this is a lot of yarn. Look, it's already growing. And it's not even all the way out yet. I don't know how they manage this. They must seriously vacuum pack this sucker. Wow. All right. Here we go, people. Here is, oh, that's so nice. There's a little tote bag. I think I do remember seeing someone with that. All right. Okay, here it is. I mean, this is, I don't know if you guys can see. This is a lot of yarn. It's a lot of yarn. Oh, okay. I'm going to open it, and we're going to see what happens. It's already so much bigger than it was. Oh my gosh. Okay. I think that's the best I'm going to be able to do. Oh my gosh, look how big it is now. It is so big. It's like doubled in size. All right. Let's just get some first impressions. So I have not used this yarn before, but everyone talks about how soft it is. And it seems to work up a pretty decent size. And it's okay, it's soft. It's maybe not as soft as I expected. It's pretty soft, actually. But it's constructed a lot like chenille brights. It definitely feels like a blanket yarn, but it feels smaller than blanket yarn. But when I see it worked up next to Bernat, it always looks, pretty good size. So I'm excited to try it. I'm going to report back when I have tried it, I guess, a lot, because I got an awful lot. I got a lot. Oh, I'm going to have to find a place to put all these things. Yeah, someday I'm going to take you guys on a tour, because they do have a complete yarn room, a storage room that is dedicated to crochet and yarn storage. And it's decent size, like a office, like a small office, or a pretty small for a bedroom. Maybe it could be a small bedroom, but it just so happened when we moved in, it's concrete floors. So it's like basement-ish, and it's just like 15 steps from where I'm sitting right now. And it's got 2 walls that are completely floor to ceiling shelves that are perfect for skeins of yarn. And it just happened to come that way when we bought the house. So it has been a dedicated yarn room since the day we moved in. And I will have to find room on those shelves for all of these. Oh my gosh, I can't believe how big it is. It's so big. I'm going to tell you about a couple other yarns that I'm about to get ready to view. I'm going to do a full-scale yarn review coming up soon. Lots of people have asked for it. I used to do them a lot. You can look back in my playlist for all the different yarn reviews I have done for plush and chenille yarns. There are several. And I compare them for how they frog, what size they work up to. We can compare them to some of the other yarns because I do keep, I'll show you, like, for example, these are all made in the exact same pattern, just different sizes of yarn. Just different sizes of yarn, but all the same pattern. And I keep them all so I can always kind of know which ones are comparable. Like these are both Big Twist Posh, and one with a 5mm and one with a 6mm. So you can see they're a little different, but I keep them all so I know exactly how things are going to work up when I work them up. And I have so many new yarns that I have not done that for. So we're going to do the Alize Veluto. We're going to do the Zaddy crafts because I don't have a few more skeins of Zaddy crafts I haven't used yet. And we're going to do Knotty Pony. I got Knotty Pony yarn that we're going to try. I've got the new Demi Pearl we haven't done yet. I have the new versions of Posh and Cozy Cub that we can try. And I don't know what else. I've got, Parfait Plush. I've got quite a few. So we have a whole bunch of yarns to review, and I'm going to make a whole video about that later in November. So that's coming up. And the Christmas video is coming up. We're doing at least one Christmas roundup, people, possibly 2. At the very least, it's going to be one Christmas roundup and one winter roundup, so I can include some Christmas and some winter stuff. That's all coming out. What else is going on? I did get some happy mail that I want to show you. I told you guys this is going to be a rambling, fun video. I got this mail after my crochet essentials, what's in my crochet kit video. I mentioned ammy sticks. I don't have ammy sticks. I use knitting needles. I've never had ammy sticks. I think they're adorable. I really was like, I wish I was an ammy stick person, but I end up spending all my money on yarn and patterns. So the sweetest person reached out to me and offered to send me ammy sticks. These came from Alexis. Her Instagram name is Stitch of Sunshine, stitch.of.sunshine. She makes beautiful crochet plushies, and she and her mom made a bunch of ammy sticks using beads and dorables. And check this out. If you don't know who this is, if you do know who this is, list it down in the comments. If you don't know who this is, I'm going to tell you in just a minute. This is Tamatoa from Moana. He's the one that sings the song Shiny. And I love Tamatoa. I love Tamatoa in the movie, but we were just recently, when we were on vacation last month, 2 months ago almost, on the Disney Treasure, and they have a stage show of Moana, and the actress that played Tamatoa was outstanding. It made me so happy. So Stitch of Sunshine, she surprised me with these. I was so grateful. It was very, very thoughtful, very sweet. I love using them. They are so great for bigger projects. I didn't realize how much I would love them. I might need to get another set and maybe some of the slightly smaller ones. They're really great. She sells these on her Etsy shop. I'll link them below. And I think it's more of a hobby than an actual thing that she's adding to her business. I think she just makes them for fun, but they're so good, guys. I love them. I love them a lot. And she's just the sweetest person. Back when I did one of my very first videos, like one of the first few weeks I was doing YouTube, I got a yarn winder and I was super struggling with it. And she had the same yarn winder. So I see this message pop up in my Instagram from her, And not only did she message me to tell me tips and tricks, she full on made a video of herself using the yarn winder to show me things that would make it easier for me. I mean, who does that? She's so nice. She's so nice. And then she sent me these. She's also a Disney lover, which is another thing we have in common. But she is such a nice person, and I am so lucky to have her in my crochet friend circle. So I will link her down below. She also sells other things on Etsy. She has patterns. So check her out, and please support her on Instagram and on Etsy because she's good people. All right. Oh, so much more to share today. I also bought custom safety eyes for the first time. This is my first attempt at custom safety eyes, and I have actually purchased from 5 different people, and currently I have 2 sets that have arrived so far. I'll tell you who we're missing, but I have 2 sets that have arrived, and I didn't know I'd like these so much. Okay, this first set is from Etsy, and they are 30 millimeter safety eyes that I got from a designer on Etsy. It was a mystery pack of 5 sets, and I'm just going to show you one of each eye design so you can kind of see. Okay, here we go. Here's what I have. They are really pretty, really big, bright glitter. I like them a lot. I think I spent $18 on sale for 5 pairs of eyes of 30 millimeter. So that's a really good deal. I will say that they are beautiful. They did come they're just a little messier than some. So just notice that like on the sides here, there's little bits of glitter and glue, or resin, I guess, on the sides. But you won't notice that once you put it on your plush because they're sinker eyes. They have the nice, big, strong sinker back. And they're going to look so pretty. Like this green and white. I don't know if you guys can see if that's showing up as well as it should. As well as I wish it would. And then this one is definitely my favorite. These purples and blues and pinks in this one. So pretty. These are beautiful eyes. So pretty. I can't wait to use them. And these were, like I said, they were a reasonable cost. They were $4 or less per 30 millimeter eye on sale. Like they were mystery. I didn't get to pick them out. That worked for me because I didn't really want to pick them all out anyway. In fact, I was kind of looking for options that were sets. And so I did a lot of that. I bought some that were sets. So this was the set of 5. I bought these. Pretty happy with them. Really, I'm going to link that seller down below as well. It's Cujos. I'll put the name up here. You know what? I'm going to end up putting a better daylight picture, and I will put it here or here. So you can see some of these eyes a little closer up. So these are from Cujos. They will be linked below. For the price and they're just really good. They're so pretty. And the pricing on these, I just think is very reasonable. All right, this next designer though, these are from Lovabubs. Lovabubs on Etsy. These were a little more expensive, not a whole lot. Honestly, these 30 millimeters were $21 and the 20 millimeters were $18, but there's only 4 in the set. So, okay, yeah, they're a little more expensive. But let me tell you, let's start with the 20 millimeters because I like them so much. These are chameleon eyes and they come in these rainbow colors. And again, I'm going to go ahead and take a picture to put up here out in the sunlight so you can really appreciate them, or I'll just put up the picture from the listing maybe, because so you can really appreciate how beautiful these are. They are so nice and they are so well presented. They were so well packaged. This was just oh so good when it came. It was so exciting. They're so pretty. You're gonna like them. If you check these out, if you haven't used her, I think she's excellent, and they are just impeccable. They are so clean, so polished, so good. These though are my favorites of the ones that I've received so far. This next set, this is the 30 millimeter color changing or color shifting set in 30 millimeter, 4 pairs, and oh my gosh, you guys are not going to be able to see them. I'm going to take a little video and put it outside. I'm going to show you. These are so beautiful. These are so beautiful. It almost feels like she hand placed every piece of glitter. They are so beautiful. And like I said, they're clean, they're impeccable, they're well packaged. They're my favorites so far. Now I've only received from these two. I like them both. These are clearly my favorites. Both are good. One's definitely more cost effective than the other. This one's definitely more, but I think for good reason. You can tell so much care was put into them. They're so beautiful. Oh, okay, so I'm waiting on eyes from Mom Stitch Eddie. I'm waiting on eyes from Old Soul Factory. Tara just started making eyes, and I just scooped up like the last set she had left on Etsy. I noticed at the last minute, and there was one set of 30mm eyes left. I'm so excited to get those. And then, did I order from one more place? Who else did I order from? I was looking at Nerdy Girl Crochet, but I haven't actually placed that order yet. But I think I will probably order from Nerdy Girl Crochet as well. And then I officially have a whole bunch of safety eyes I'll need to use. But I feel like they're for special projects, and I'm terrible at using special things. I like to save and hoard them and hold them close and call them precious. I am terrible at using things. If I get a new candle, I don't want to burn it. I'm terrible. Is anyone else like that? My daughter, she gets something new and it's like in use within 30 seconds of her arriving home. She is not wasting any time using all the good stuff. I like save stuff. Save it. And that is not a good plan because then you end up with a lot of stuff that's never used. So someone pushed me to use these. I need a nudge. I need to use them all. I mean, I'm going to start having to use them. I'm going to make some big makes and use some of these eyes. That's what I'm going to do. That's what I'm going to do. All right. Oh, 2 makes I wanted to show you. 3 makes I wanted to show you that I've made over the past couple of months, maybe weeks, that I haven't had a chance to show because they just haven't fit in to a roundup, like this one from Hugurumi Toys. I adore this pattern from Hugurumi Toys. It is such a cute squirrel pattern. She has a fox that's very similar. It came out so good. The only part that's a tiny bit confusing to me was the tail. I kind of had it, I think, upside down at one point, and I had crocheted it in wrong, and I had to frog back and fix it and just tack it into place. The only thing you're doing sewing wise, I believe, is tacking this tail up so it stays up, and you are surface crocheting on these ears, but you kind of just shape them a little bit when you're done surface crocheting them. You kind of just pinch them here with just one little stitch. Is that sewing? I don't think so. I'm going to call this a no-sew pattern. This is really cute. It worked up really easy. Sylvia's patterns are really pretty clear. I love that when I pattern tested for her twice now. One time is this, and the other is a Christmas pattern that you'll see next week. And both of them, the thing that I love most about Sylvia's patterns, oh, okay, that wasn't a pattern test. I also have done, the wizard cat I did was from Sylvia. The thing I like the most about her patterns is that when I make something of hers, it looks just like the one she made. And to me, that shows a brilliant pattern. If I can recreate what the pattern maker made with just the instructions they have on paper and have it look just like it's supposed to look, I'm always pleased. Because sometimes you all know when we make something up, ours doesn't turn out as cute as the designers did. And that always makes me a little bummed. But Sylvia's, every time they look exactly how I think they're going to look. And this one's really cute. So I'm going to link that for you guys too. The other 2 things I made real fast. This is Nessie, and this is from Nooks Hooks. This is her little Nessie pattern, and it works up really great. It's cute. It's no-sew. The way she makes it no-sew is a little different, and that's where they got me. Someone said you should check it out. She has an interesting technique, and you're speaking my love language. I want to see all the interesting techniques out there. So this was really fun to make. Actually, Nook sent this over to me for free, which was really nice. After the last review I did of her, she sent me a really sweet note and offered to send this over for free. And I said, no, you don't have to do that. And she goes, too bad, so sad, haha, and sent it anyway. So I made it, and I think it's super cute. The only cautionary tale I have to give you is that you do have to be super careful how you stuff it, because this head wants to be too heavy. It wants to tip forward, and it has a tendency, if I don't set it just right, to want to tip forward. And I tried not to stuff it too tight, but these eyes are pretty big, and you know how when you have big eyes, they kind of poke, they're poking back toward each other and they take up a lot of space, and I really wanted to cushion around them too. You don't want it to be so squishy that you can feel the posts of the eyes. So I felt like there was a very happy medium in there, and I'm not sure I totally mastered it this time, but I'll make this one again. It was easy. It was pretty darn fast, and I think it's really cute little Nessie pattern. Anyway, made that one. And the last one I made, this is from Stacy Makes here on YouTube, Apple Tree Boutique also. And this is a free pattern, and she reached out and asked me if I had time to make it, and I said I would love to. I have pattern tested for Stacy one time before, but way long ago, one of her very first patterns, if not her first. And I just haven't had the opportunity to do it since. So she sent me this pattern. This is Junior the Jellyfish, and it's free on Instagram. It's just a really quick make. It took 30-40 minutes tops, and I made it. I made it in pink. I decided down here, these are two, you have hands and tentacles down here. So there's two different pieces here that are constructed differently. And I made them different colors. I decided that I wanted to add that second color in here rather than just make the top one color and all the legs a different color. And I'm really happy with how it turned out. First of all, I did it in demi pearl, and it's two of the softest colors of demi pearl that I have. So they're a joy to work with. I just think it turned out super cute. Really happy with how this one turned out. Really happy. There's no reason I should keep this one. It's a jellyfish. I've made lots of jellyfish, but there's something about this one that just makes me want to play with it. It's a combination of, I don't know, something about the shaping. It's so fun and easy to make up. I really like it. Anyway, and it's free. You don't even have to buy it. It's free on her Instagram. Go follow her. Check out the free pattern. I mean, make it up. You probably have jellyfish patterns, but I'm telling you, this is a really good one. Okay, so speaking of these little one-off pattern reviews, I don't always have a place to put these because I don't do a lot of these low-key videos. Maybe I'll do more. Maybe I'll do some vlog styles. But what I'm thinking is that I'm going to start a membership tier community here on YouTube. And we're going to include a couple things in that for sure. First thing, I want it to be a place that I can do really laid back little quick reviews. If I just have like one pattern I want to show you that I just made up for fun for me, and I know I'm not going to be able to put it in a video because that happens a lot, and I want to be able to tell you guys all the thoughts I have. So I think that a membership community would be a fun place to do that, where it can be a little more relaxed and a little less edited and a little more just, hey, this is what I did today, and this is what I think, and this is why I think you will or won't like it. And I'd like to put that there. And then the other thing I thought would be really fun, and you all tell me if you think this is fun. I thought it'd be really fun if we did a live, a members only live. And members only, for some reasons, one of them is that the idea of doing a live out on the big bad full on YouTube is a little intimidating. But I thought it might be nice to be able to do a Q&A after a pattern roundup, because I get so many questions, follow-up questions about what I present, and I already talk too much in those roundups. I know. I already talk way too much. So I don't know how much more. I mean, I'm never going to be able to include everything that I wish I could tell you all. So I think it would be nice if we could do a quick Q&A, like, a few days after each roundup, we could do a live stream, schedule one, where you guys can ask all your questions. I can answer them. You guys can give me feedback. You can tell me other patterns you think you want me to try. I just would really love to have that back and forth discussion. And I think a smaller community might be a great place to do that. So I think I'm going to go ahead and start it. If everybody joins, I'll be excited. If nobody joins, I think my mom still will, so I'll still be excited. But I think we'll give it a shot and see what happens, because I'd really love to have that connection with all of you. I really love answering the comments, and I love when y'all message me on Instagram, but I think this might be another fun way to do that. And if there are other things you would like to see in a membership community, absolutely let me know. I am not great at Discord, but I would be open to setting that up so we could have a place to chat. But yeah, so that's something else I'm excited. And I've also been working on some new branding for Yarn and Whimsy. So I have a new logo, and I'm going to share it here for the first time. And it will be on my channel in the next day or two, but I'm going to put it up right here, and I love it. I love this. It is so, it's so what I wanted. I wanted something just a little more, I wanted to have the same feel of the original Yarn and Whimsy logo, but I just wanted it to maybe a little more polished, a little updated for 2025. And because there's so much I want to do in the next year, I just thought it was time to kind of give that a look. So here's our new logo. There is an elephant on it. Elephants are special to me for many reasons, mostly revolving around my son, Andy. He has connected with elephants from a very young age, and so they are super important to me. I have a lot of elephants in my life that we keep around. You probably can't see all of them from this view. I'm looking, but someday I'll take you on a tour of all the elephants. Perhaps. Maybe we'll do that low key. Anyway, so it's got an elephant because that speaks to my heart, and I really love the colors. I'm really happy with how it turned out. I'm really excited to make some business cards, thank you cards, all the things, so that when I do finally sell all these plushes, which I don't know when that'll be, I'm considering a market in the spring. I am considering doing a live sale of some sort, either on Whatnot or Palm Street or something of that nature. I'm considering donating a bunch of them. I don't know what I'm going to do with them all. I just like to make them so much I don't stop. And eventually they're going to take up all the shelves, and I'm going to have to come to a decision on what to do. I did love doing markets. I thought markets were a lot of fun. I know you all like to hear about markets, so that's definitely on the list. So potentially any of those things could happen. But I did want to get all the branding and stuff in place for when it does. So that is in the works. I am actively working on that right now. I hope you all like it. I hope you like it. I love it. I do. All right, the last thing that I got this last week was a birthday gift from my son that I wanted to share. And my kids are amazing. They made my birthday so nice. My daughter came home the weekend before, and we had the best time. But my son and my mom on my actual birthday wouldn't let me do anything. I had the laziest, most relaxing day. We all have chores. We're 3 adults living in a house. We all have things that we do. I always clean out the dishwasher, and the dishwasher needed to be cleaned out, and Andy wouldn't let me touch it. He insisted on doing it, and he and my mom cleaned it out so I wouldn't have to do it. And they're just sweet and thoughtful people. Anyway, they got me a few things. I have a few wonderful gifts that I got from them, but this one was crochet related, and I wanted to share it. My son got me this crochet book, and I am in love with it. I have been trying to do some other kinds of projects that aren't necessarily always amigurumi. Mostly for a family, I like to make my mom little cowls to wear. I made her a few, but I don't really know how, so I just wing it. And I've done some YouTube tutorials and things. And anyway, I love all the tips and tricks in this. They talk about all the regular stitches and making slip knots and things like that. I don't need help necessarily with any of that, but they have all these stitches in the back, like a herringbone stitch and a double herringbone, crossed stitches. There were a few. I just love this popcorns. I like popcorn stitches. I don't know why we don't see them more. I think popcorn stitches might be my favorite of the popcorn bobble puff stitch family. I think popcorn might be my favorite. The V-stitch, these chevrons. The shell stitch, where is the bobbles? Hold on. This clusters, basket weave, and then the whole back section on edging techniques and joining. And those are things that I learned on amigurumi for the most part. I did very little but amigurumi. So these are some things that, crab stitch edging and how to join pieces together is not something I've done outside of sewing on amigurumi parts. A ladder stitch, back stitch join, chain stitch embroidery. I just think that this is going to be super useful, and I thought it was so thoughtful that he got it for me, and I love it. It was on Amazon. I can link it. You all probably have something similar to this, but I'll just link it if you want to see. And I think it's great. He's so thoughtful. I love him so much. So, yeah, that's all I have today. We looked at the eyes. We looked at the yarn. I will be working on that yarn videos. Oh, coming up. So next week we have the Christmas video. And we may have a second Christmas video or at least another winter Christmas roundup. I told you that. We are definitely going to have a yarn review coming up because there's just too many that I just need to just dig in and do it. So definitely a yarn review and comparison, maybe a ranking coming up. Also, I have reached out to a bunch of popular designers and I'm working on a collaboration with designers aimed this first time at beginners. And what I'm doing is I'm asking each designer what their most beginner friendly pattern is in their opinion. And I'm going to make all those beginner friendly patterns and then we're going to talk about them. And it's going to be a designer's choice series or something like that, designer's choice, where we're going to talk to the designers and reach out to different designers, different times, and find out what they think are good patterns for different people or different reasons or different skill sets. And we're going to make them. And I think it's going to be fun. I'm really excited to see what the designers think is the best thing for a beginner to start with. And I've got several of them. And some of the designers, the patterns that they told me are patterns that I have already made. One of them, in fact, was one of the first patterns I ever made. And so I can absolutely testify to you whether or not it's a good beginner pattern. But I'm really excited about that. So all of these things and more coming up in the future. I'm so excited to keep hanging out with y'all. And yeah, let me know your thoughts down in the comments. I'd love to hear some feedback. I know this was not the most pattern heavy video, so if you hung out to the end, you are the best. I'm so glad you're here, and I will see you all next time. We'll be back.